Questions?
Those are bright lights.
Coach, what did you see on the quote-unquote handball?
At most, maybe a sleeve. I really don't know what to say, gentlemen.
What do you say to them afterwards, if anything?
Got to be careful because I'll get fined again. So, just the fact that hopefully we're getting all of our bad luck out of the way. You know, there's no questioning that their work ethic, their character, their desire. I thought the fans were absolutely tremendous. I thought they added an awful lot tonight. And I thought our players responded very, very positively. We were very aggressive going after it at the end of the game. You know, moving Sel to right back. And then looking at Brent for set pieces, bringing on Danny, you know, but so be it, another draw. But you can't question, I think we put them under a lot of pressure. We forced their keeper into some very, very good saves, and you know, I can't remember a save that Joe Bendick had to pull off, to be honest. So I'm happy with the performance. The first 15 minutes, I thought that we were very, very poor, and we got ourselves into the game, and there was no looking back. But the decision to call that a PK is one that has me a little bit just wary about where to go and what to say.
Do you see the team or yourself filing a grievance or a complaint with the league over that call?
To what end? What's the point? I've contacted the league and the referee official, and it's not gone anywhere. I think we've been on the bad end of a couple of calls. They're still human. We all make mistakes, and unfortunately, when I believe mistakes change games and affect livelihoods of players and coaching staff, that something has to be done about it. But you know, they're out there giving it their all as well. I feel a bit harsh sitting here and potentially criticising them, but it's just, it affects things. And here we've not had calls go our way for the majority of the season, and that's not excuses at this stage. You know, I'm not giving it as that. It's just factual.
You talk about your, after giving it the goal, the PK, the team seemed to get energized by that. You talk about how they responded to the PK.
I thought they were more pissed off and annoyed. They felt that they'd been hard done by. They felt that they've probably dealt with enough of this season, and their response was a positive one. They didn't sink into the game. They didn't sit back. They didn't feel sorry for themselves. They responded positively, and it just goes to show a lot about the guys, where we're at this stage of the season, what they've got to fight for. And I think the fans are absolutely tremendous, and it's a player's way of showing them that they do truly care.
Is that what you've been looking for all year? Is for them? You see this as a sign of maturity and growth that they were able to at least respond to that situation? I
think, especially where we're at in the table right now, I think to have that sense of pride to play here, to have that urgency to come back from behind is very, very important. But I think you've seen it as of late. It's the Salt Lake, we've gone down 2-0, 2 free kicks, we've climbed our way back into the game and performed for the second half very, very well. So I think the group is maturing. I think it is developing. I do think we've got some bright players, bright prospects, and you know, it's just another sign that we're not far away.
Talk a little bit about moving Frank Songo into the center of the pitch, sort of midway through the first half, and moving Nagby out right. What was the thinking behind that?
To free up Frank, to cause them problems. He's a little bit more selfish in the ball, would draw a few more players to him, and ultimately it worked. He got a lot of touches, also with pressures well from the middle of the park. We were a little bit conservative in the middle of the park, I felt, for the first 15 minutes after making that change. We're able to, Darlington also is a better player both sides of the ball, so we're able to take care of a potential problem with Andy Nahara on that side, and with Frank Songo, he did look to pressure from the middle. He was selfish, which we wanted him to be. And he did create chances for us, so it was a decent move.
It's nice to be able to take a setback like this or a bad call like this, and be able to use it towards something meaningful, because next Sunday in Seattle is certainly very meaningful.
Yeah, definitely. If you start to go through the season and the setbacks that we've had, the calls that possibly we've not received, that in my opinion we should have. Maybe it's a different outlook on the remaining 3 games. You know, we're still the only team in the league not to have received a penalty. I think we have a valid call for about 7 of them that we can go through. But it's the way our season has gone. Hopefully we're saving them all up for next year. But you know, I'm very happy with the response of the players. It's a huge game next week. We've got a small injury to Hanya Mosquera. We'll see how bad that is tomorrow, and hopefully have a better idea come Monday. But against Seattle next week, I think our focus has to change immediately to towards that.
How healthy will you guys be going into that game 8 days out with Ricketts still out there, Chara still out there?
Extremely. Chara, we were very conservative with tonight, being that Jack is 1 yellow away from the suspension, so we didn't want to risk potential injury to Diego Chara. He will be back, and that adds a quality piece, but other than that, very healthy. Henry Mosquera is the only concern.
Is the team going to do an official complaint to the MLS about all the bad calls the team has received for the last 3, 4, 5 months, especially when it affects the game so much like today's game?
Yeah, that's probably got to come from you guys. I can't. We do what we do. From our side, we're in constant contact with the league. The league are very responsive. I know that they're trying to take big strides in improving the officiating and continue to develop it. And I think it's just a level, we've got to remain calm and have a level of patience. But we're very unhappy with the call. The fact that I felt the center official was in a great position to see the same thing that the linesman saw, the assistant referee saw, and the fact that the head gear from the official had been, the center official had been removed, it just raises more concerns. So they both had the same view, they both had the same sight lines, similar sight lines, and if you see the replay, the flight of the ball was not changed at all, and at most maybe a sleeve, but we have the luxury of replays, don't we?
Last one, please.
Also with the play that Frank gets the ball from the keeper, the ball is in mid-air, that's perfectly legal. That would be another goal for the Timbers, and then they stop the game and they also give him a yellow card.
I think that's challenging the keeper when he's getting the ball back into play has been a point of contention, and it's a straight yellow card. The fact is, I don't think Frank actually challenged the keeper. I thought he was standing there, and I felt the keeper was just being generous and giving him a gift. So Frank took a yellow card for that, and I thought the keeper was just being a gentleman to pay us back for what we went through. But we'll manage that. Frank got the yellow, and it is what it is.
Thanks, everyone.